back at 6:45. Trustee Parker, would you be kind enough to call the roll?
Yes, Doctor. John DeGrace.
Present.
John Dursa.
Present.
George Shaw.
Present.
Linda Green.
Present.
Wanda Jackson.
Present.
Ed Powers. Present. George Sibley. Donna Toombs.
Present.
Kathy Weiss.
Present.
Bridget Russell.
Present.
Doc, you have a quorum.
All right, thank you. All right, so I'm going to do a motion to approve the December 10th, 2019 minutes.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstention? Motion carries 9-0. Dr. West, would you mind not to introduce? Yeah. Who did?
I did.
Wanda?
She
I'm
did.
sorry.
It's her committee.
Go ahead.
You want me to read the whole thing or resolve?
Read the resolve. I'll do the reading committee.
Resolved upon the recommendation of the Nassau Community College Board of Trustees Personnel Affirmative Action and Labor Committee, the Nassau Community College Board of Trustees hereby approves that in recognition of distinguished and meritorious service to Nassau Community College and upon the recommendation of the President of Nassau Community College, the following named retired faculty members of Nassau Community College who retired after attaining the academic rank of professor or associate professor are hereby granted the permanent academic title of Professor Emeritus with all the privilege and rights accruing thereto. George Powers, Associate Professor, retirement date 12/31/2019, and Cheryl Sears, Professor, retirement date 12/31/19.
So do I have a motion to consider this item? Motion. Do I have a second?
Yes, second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Any abstentions? I'm sorry. Motion carries 9-0. Trustee Jimmy, would you be kind enough to read the next directly number there?
Be it resolved upon the recommendation of the Nassau Community College Board of Trustees, Academic Student Affairs, and Enrollment Management Committee, the Nassau Community College Board of Trustees, the Nassau Community College Board of Trustees hereby approves the proposal by the Department of Sociology, Anthropology, Social Work for a new certificate program in case management and recommends the approval of this program by the State University of New York.
Do I have a motion to consider this item?
Motion.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. I'd just like to offer on behalf of the board a debt of gratitude to the members of the staff from these departments that were able to put together these certificate programs. They are going to serve a vital need for healthcare industry and for case management services and social services here on the island, and provides a great opportunity for our students for having a wonderful, wonderful work experience when they're done. I'm going to go to now Policy and Planning Committee and do the second reading, public discussion of Policy 2200. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
No, I think we have to go through what's in the,
I think, yeah, what do they have this on top?
I
Is it
think
at
it's
the
a little
bottom?
awkward.
Yeah,
I think it's a little off.
they should be at the bottom.
So
I thought
I
it was
apologize,
second.
Dr. Garden, but I think it's the second reading.
Yeah, this is the second reading, we have to go over here, they put it in front.
Okay.
Okay, that's what,
Yes, so this is the second reading of Policy 2200, Sexual Harassment and Sexual Violence. I did this last month, but just to confirm, all forms of sexual harassment, whether it involves students or employees, should be corrected early and firmly in the interest of maintaining a barrier-free working and learning environment. Many of the changes that are in, many of the amendments that are in this policy are a result of the changes in New York State law and SUNY policy change. Specifically, unlawful dissemination of a publication of an intimate image was added to the definition of sexual harassment, and a section on consensual relationships was expanded to prohibit such relationships where there is a supervisory, evaluative, or other institutional relationships, creating an authority imbalance. The committee had an opportunity to discuss this before we brought it to the board last month, and now we're bringing it to the board for the second reading.
Dr. Williams, you have some comments?
Just to reiterate from last time, this was a communication and collaboration brought to several entities at the college. Individuals have had an opportunity to respond, and obviously it adheres to several mandates, and we do believe that it properly addresses the changes that must be made. So.
All right. Any other comments from the board? Trustee Weiss, would you?
Yes, I will be happy to.
Thank you.
Resolved that upon the recommendation of the Policy and Planning Committee at its meeting on November 12, 2019, followed by 2 readings of the policy by the Board of Trustees and public discussion, the Board of Trustees of Nassau Community College adopts Policy 2200, Sexual Harassment and Sexual Violence, as amended, and that the same be subsequently incorporated into the policy manual of the Board of Trustees of Nassau Community College.
Do I have a motion to approve policy 2200 as amended?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Chu? Is there any further discussion? So all in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstention? Motion carries 9-0. We're going to move on to the report of the president.
Thank you very much, Chair Garden. Good evening, everybody. We're going to start our spring semester in exactly a week, so that's extremely exciting. I'm very appreciative to all the members of the college community, both internal and external, that have helped to get the spring semester off to the best start possible. There's a lot of work that's been occurring to help mitigate enrollment and ensure students stay on their educational path. As we reflect really quickly, so we can start with student highlight on 2019 and move forward into 2020, I wanted to take a moment to share a little bit about our students, our faculty, our staff, and this is in regards to the nursing program. And it was recently shared that the nursing students achieved the highest NCLEX RN pass rates in Nassau County for 2019. So the NCLEX is the National Council Licensure Examination, which is needed to become a registered nurse. Our Nassau Community College pass rate was 94%. And when we say yes. And when we say in the county, we also mean that we, beat out Malloy. And I'm sharing lists, and when I see, posts. So definitely a point of pride, and I'd like to thank the faculty and staff who teach and support the nursing students, right? A student accomplishment, but done through the support of the faculty and staff. So thank you so much. It's clear to see why the program is so well known and lauded. As a reminder, this is our fall 2019 nursing admits are able to participate in a seamless transfer multi-degree partnership with SUNY Empire State College that leads to a BSN. I see members in the audience who work diligently on that. I see our interim vice president of academic affairs, Dr. Collins. I see David Follick, our dean. So I'm thankful for that, and this is a great opportunity for our students. Really briefly to run through some other points. Wintram was up approximately 7%, which is great. It's a huge opportunity for this college. Again, a lot of work with student services and academic affairs that really produced this outcome. Our spring, thanks to the hard work of so many, we talked about this a little bit in finance, went from about 14% down a month ago to today we're about 8% down. So when we think about the 8%, while that is a place where we want to improve, let's also consider that a month ago we were at almost twice that, and people have put in a lot of time and effort to help mitigate the enrollment decline. So I'm extremely appreciative to several groups at the college. And we still have multiple days to register for spring 2020 and late starting classes. As we look, another point of pride, so we are engaged in the SUNY Family Empowerment Grant, which is fantastic. Our Governor Cuomo, has provided 3 years of funding to launch the Family Empowerment Community College Pilot Program, which provides customized supports for single parents attending SUNY and CUNY community colleges. Nassau Community College applied for this grant, and we're happy to say that the grant, as proposed, would increase the number of single parents using the services of Children's Greenhouse to 35. It would increase to 35 students. And we've received this grant, this multi-year grant. totaling more than $400,000 over a course of 3 years. So another fantastic, again, point of pride. Along with the governor, we all know the state of the state was last week. We're currently, just as an update, we're waiting for the actual budget to come out. We still have some opportunities. SUNY, as we recall, we're lobbying for 100% of the funding floor, or $100 per FTE, whichever is greater. Individually and in concert with other groups like NICAP and NYCCT, the next several weeks I will be spending, and others will be spending, advocating and lobbying both here and in Albany. Typically by mid-January or February 1st, the governor would submit his executive budget to the legislature, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. We are slated to have a legislative breakfast for state elected officials on Friday, the 28th. All the board members will be notified and invited. And I wanted to quickly, before I close, share something as we think about advocates of the college, right? As we think about when we go out and we talk with people, and we had a report done by a labor market analytics firm called MC. And just in case you're, it's EMSI, they call themselves MC, not EMSI, just throwing that out there. And I'm only going to share 2 data points, but when we talk about the total annual impact that Nassau Community College has in regards to added income to the area, it's $1.4 billion a year. That's the total annual added income, $1.4 billion that we're generating. That's the benefit that we provide to the community. And to say it a different way, it's also more than 17,000 jobs that are supported by this college. So when you talk and you're in places and spaces where you can talk about the college, share the positives, because we don't know who's talking to who, and who that person will be talking with, and if that person they're talking with is voting on funding for the college, there's a lot to be proud of. There's a lot that we contribute. In closing, about 2 more minutes. Next week, I will send a welcome back message to the college community, and I would like to share one aspect of that message as I close my report for tonight. Take a brief pause. So diversity is one of our points of pride at the college, and and our ability to embrace and foster equity and inclusion is what consistently makes us stronger. We've seen enhanced military activity in Iran, recent and increased hate crimes throughout the state and the nation, as well as more earthquakes in Puerto Rico and other disasters. Given the rich diversity of our college community, it seems axiomatic that there will be members of our college community and or their loved ones who are impacted by one and or several of these local, state, national, or global events that are occurring. I'm here to encourage and urge all of us to continue to be mindful and empathic. Please hear with intention, listen with a purpose. Whether the interaction is with a colleague, student, or whomever, let's ensure that we continue to seek the opportunity to embrace, if only for a moment, what that individual is thinking and feeling, and allow that perspective to guide our actions. We can and we will continue to inspire action and positive social change here at this college. I wish everyone a happy and healthy new year. Thank you.
We're going to move on to the speakers list. Since it is a new year, I will remind all our speakers we do have a 3-minute limit on the open mic. So first I'd like to bring up Bryce Mack, former SGA president.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bryce Mack. I am the former student government president for here at Nassau Community College. And I wanted to come here today to thank you all for laying down a solid foundation for my educational journey. The things I learned here at Nassau Community College, I will keep forever. When I first enrolled here out of high school, I didn't know much about Nassau Community College. All that I knew was that my mom and my grandma went here, and they always had great things to say about the school. As soon as my freshman semester started, I became acclimated and ran for freshman senator of student government. I lost. To be completely honest, I was the only student that lost. And I won't lie, it really hurt. But that loss prepared me for my future goals. Once my sophomore year started, I ran for SGA again, this time as a sophomore senator. I won, but instead of basking in the glory of this new position, I was rushed to the hospital and diagnosed with toxic shock syndrome. An infection so rare that the doctors wanted to take pictures of me for their research. And to add on to that, the doctors told my mother I wouldn't survive. I had to take it incomplete during that semester because I missed all of my finals. However, I came back stronger, and I was able to complete all my missing work in a perfect time frame. Also, I was blessed enough to be appointed vice president of the student government at Nassau Community College. In this role, I was able to advocate for students on a higher platform, make unforgettable connections, and lastly, I was able to run for president of student government. However, once I was elected president, we had another tragedy. As most of you know, I was homeless, and it was one of the toughest situations me and my family had to go through. Once the fall semester started, I had to go to my classes with no textbooks and only one notebook. I didn't have any school supplies, and I didn't have any book bag. But I knew that I couldn't give up, because that's what my mother told me. Never give up in any situation. I am blessed to say that in the past fall semester, I passed all my classes with straight A's. And I knew, and I knew that wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for my family and the support that Nassau Community College gave me. So, as you can see, anything is possible if you are confident and you have the determination to make a difference. Being a student at Nassau Community College kept me focused on my goal during the worst times of my life. So I wanted to thank you all for the support that was provided to me. And it shows that any student can go through any situation, but anything is possible. I will never forget where I started. For those who do not know, it is my dream to run for public office and be a politician, because I want to be the voice for those who have been grappling with the same situation as I have. But no matter where life leads me, no matter where God puts me, I will never forget where I started, Nassau Community College. Thank you.
Bryce, please make sure that you give us a copy of those notes to incorporate in the minutes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
And
Okay.
congratulations, we heard you're going to New Paltz.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you.
Staff Cronpier? Okay. We'll move on to Frank Presenter, President of NCCFT.
Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back. How you all doing? Okay, good. Well, we got a place to start and get a little crowded again. So I wonder what's up. So
Nothing,
anyway,
everybody just wants to.
Only four speakers on the list, Frank.
so I hope it doesn't have to be so crowded soon. Anyhow, I want to say something. I was going to say something, but Bryce got me on a different track, okay? I met Bryce Mack when he was a freshman. He was in one of my learning community classes, okay? And I met him as a freshman. And Bryce Mack is one of those people that comes along once in a very, very long time, okay? There was something about his character. There was just something about his aura, his presence in the class that I had. He had a real appreciation for learning. He made friends very, very quickly in the class. He showed, it was a lab science class, he showed leadership at the lab tables, all right, that he was working at. And he told me right away that he wanted to run for elected office, okay? And I did talk to him and encourage him to run for Senate. I'm sorry you lost that, okay? I should have made it harder for you, okay? want to say that I am so proud of him. I am so proud of his accomplishments. And as much as he is giving us credit, okay, I think we all have to appreciate what Mac has been through and how far he has come. And he is truly a remarkable individual. And I absolutely believe that we are going to hear from Bryce Mack again sometime in the very near future. And it's not going to be like in prison or something, all right? So okay, so I wish you the best of luck. Bryce.
Thank you.
Bryce, if you do hold public office, remember when we're petitioning for increased funds. We're going to go then to Dawn Nolan, Associate Dean for Workforce Development. Sorry, I need you to do it.
It's quite all right.
Good evening. I'm Dawn Nolan, the Assistant Dean for the Center for Workforce Development at the college, and I'm here as a member and representative of the Nassau Community College Administrators Association, the NCCAA. The NCCAA has been without a collective bargaining agreement for nearly 3 years. The unit organized after 7 years without raises and after repeated broken promises that our turn would come. The NCCAA has negotiated in good faith, and its members deserve the respect, recognition, and remuneration shown our colleagues in the NCCFT, the AFA, the CSEA, and the Confidential Management Administrators Group. 3 years is too long. Yet every day, NCCA members continually play a critical role in the management and the oversight of the college. We oversee the daily management of the majority of core operations and offices of this college, from admissions and advisement to registrar and bursar, from procurement and finance to information technology and student services, from financial aid and veteran services to facilities management and sponsored programs, and from distance education and community services to workforce development and continuing education. Annually, we serve over 16,000 enrolled credit students, as well as nearly 10,000 lifelong learners that benefit from this college. We handle virtually every application, registration, tuition fee, and generated grant dollar. We ensure the college adheres to numerous federal and state laws and policies, that services are seamlessly delivered 7 days a week. We contribute to the shared governance as academic senators, committee members, and representatives of numerous local, regional, and statewide entities. The NCCAA respectfully asks you, as trustees and stewards of this college, to expedite these negotiations. We ask that you demonstrate through your leadership a recognition and regard for the contributions of NCCAA members and a commitment to what is fair and equitable. Thank you.
Steph, you were at the speakers list, so you're up. Well, yes, John, you will
I really don't have anything to say. I had a real important meeting. There was an immense fire that had to be put out. I was down in our office. The meeting started at 5. And I just so you know, I always put my name down on the speakers list. If I have something I want to speak about, I will bring it to the board. But I'll also listen to what's being said if I have something to comment on. So that's basically it.
Thank you. All right. That's the end of the speakers list. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to say Happy New Year to everyone here. We're looking forward to having a very, very successful calendar year with our new president and working with faculty and students and student success. And Bryce, to hear your story, which I did not know, is very inspiring. It's very, it took me back for a minute to be able to go through what you did and still move forward. So I just want to say kudos to you and congratulations. You have, in an old term, true grit. So the next Finance Capital Committee Meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, February 11th, 2020, at 5 p.m., followed by the full board meeting. Board will open public session between 6:15 and 6:30 p.m. and resume public session at approximately 7:30 p.m. I request a motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have that motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries 9-0. We're ending at 7:10.